Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So I have an article for you here. I admit I am kind of hesitant about doing articles. I just got a YouTube strike for doing a Daily Caller article regarding Al Franken. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get another strike. I'm not sure why it was a strike. It's no different than all the other video or screen capture monologues I do. But yeah, I'm not sure, so I cannot do a live stream for 90 days now. So I'm going to stay away from what Al Franken is being accused of. I'm no longer going to talk about that stuff, even though it is pretty big news. But anyways, here's an article we'll go over. Trump tears into Jeff Flake on Twitter after Senator says GOP is toast. President Trump lashed out at Senator Jeff Flake after he was heard over a hot mic saying the Republican Party would be toast if it stuck with the president and Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. Trump tweeted Sunday that Jeff Flake was unelectable. The president claimed that fake news was caught purposely on mic, saying bad things about your favorite president. Trump also said he expects Flake to vote against the GOP tax reform package. So, Jeff Flake, I'm not a fan of at all. I'm really not, and he's part of the whole neocon establishment that needs to get out of Congress. He is synonymous with John McCain and Lindsey Graham and all of those who want to feed the military-industrial complex. All of those people who believe that instituting war against foreign countries will make us safer. And it doesn't. He's part of the crowd that believes that in order to accurately protect ourselves, we have to increase military spending, especially if we want to protect ourselves from those evil Russians, even though we already outspend Russia 10-1 on military. The truth of the matter is that the whole Russia's evil and they're a huge threat to our society is nothing but propaganda. That is it. Russia has nothing on us at all. There's no reason for us to be afraid of Russia, but they're pushing this narrative, and it's all parties. The neocons strongly support it. People like Jeff Flake strongly support this notion, and it's wrong. We all remember Dwight Eisenhower in his farewell address warned us all about the threat of the military-industrial complex. And it's growing larger every single day. I digress. Senator Jeff Flake, who is unelectable in the great state of Arizona, quit race anemic polls, was caught purposefully on mic saying bad things about your favorite president. He'll be a no on tax cuts because his political career anyway is toast. You can kind of see here that it appears almost that they are kind of denigrating Trump on his grammar. And the truth is, some people just don't have a good grasp on grammar and punctuation. That doesn't mean they're not smart. Me personally, without trying to sound braggadocious, I do take pride in my writing, and my punctuation, and my grammar. Speaking, sometimes I do screw up grammar, but my writing is usually in sync, usually on par. But even if someone like me does screw up grammar, that doesn't mean that I'm not smart. That doesn't mean that... I'm bringing this up because if you read some of Trump's tweets, like for instance Kafavi, people in the Young Turks are wearing that shirt now. Like, they're using it, Kafavi, as this facet that Donald Trump is an idiot, that he is not intelligent because he can't spell words right. It's just, it's absurd. It's really absurd. See what I did there? But anyways, where was I? I kind of have a sore throat too, so sorry if I think I'm getting sick. I don't like it, so I'm trying not to talk that much. Flake was talking to the mayor of Phoenix suburb on Friday after a town hall meeting when he said, If we become the party of Roy Moore and Donald Trump, we are toast. The comment was picked up by ABC affiliate KNXN. No news here, Flake tweeted Saturday after his comments began to attract media attention. I've been saying this to anyone who will listen. Here's what's wrong about this, though, is that he says that if the party becomes the party of Roy Moore and Donald Trump, we are toast. The party has already became essentially the party of Donald Trump. These were the same arguments being used during the campaign. That Donald Trump has no chance of winning, that he is destroying the Republican Party, that all of this stuff, they predicted the demise of the GOP. And instead, the GOP actually became bigger. The GOP actually won the House. The GOP won the Senate. The GOP won the election by over 300, or Trump won the election by over 300 electoral votes. So this notion that Donald Trump destroyed the Republican Party, as they thought in the campaign, and this notion that Donald Trump will destroy the Republican Party in the midterms, it lacks substance. It lacks foundation, because we were told the same thing during the election, and the complete opposite happened. The thing is that I don't think Roy Moore is going to drop out of the race. The election in Alabama is December 12th. I don't think he's going to drop off, and I honestly think that he will win the election. I should say I think he has a strong chance of winning. I won't guarantee he'll win, but even with all his allegations against him and the controversy surrounding him, I think he will win the election, because Alabama is a red state, and many of the people in Alabama don't believe the allegations against Roy Moore. Many people in Alabama are fed up with the Washington establishment, especially the GOP Washington establishment. So when people like Mitch McConnell denounce Roy Moore, to them it doesn't really matter, because they denounce Mitch McConnell. I think Roy Moore, if he stays in the race, which I think he will win the election on November 12th. I really do, or December 12th. If he does, however, I think it was Mitch McConnell, they said they're going to do an ethics probe into him right away, which doesn't matter, because the ethics probes in Congress never amount to anything, ever. There's really no point to even do an ethics probe, because nothing happens from it. Nothing happens from it. Where was I at? Flake has not yet responded to the latest attack from Trump, nor has he discussed how he plans to vote on the tax package. In an emotional speech on the Senate floor last month, Flake announced his plans to retire. It's time for our complicity and our accommodation of the unacceptable to end, he said. Good. And that's why he's resigning. He is unacceptable, and it's good that he is finally ending it himself. Yes, I know he wasn't talking about that, but I think most people perceive it as that. The establishment in Washington is being exposed, just like the Hollywood expose is being exposed more and more every single day. There are creepers in this country, creepers in this world, and they're being exposed. John McCain needs to get out of Congress, Lindsey Graham, Jeff Flake, Paul Ryan, Dianne Feinstein, Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. These are all people from both sides of the aisle that have been in Congress so long that do nothing but accommodate and placate the special interests and lobbyists and big donors. And people are getting fed up from it. The one thing that the left and the right can agree on is their disdain for the Washington establishment. Yet the media and the Washington establishment are completely oblivious to this. They think that people support them. They think that people are upset over others in Congress. Like, for instance, I watched the town hall Paul Ryan did the other day about taxes, and the way he made it sound was that he was not part of the Washington establishment. He was like, Washington doesn't want us to do this. The establishment doesn't want to blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, Paul Ryan, you are part of the establishment. You are the establishment. And so I think many of them had that same mentality, that they think that they are not the establishment, and then they go and take millions of dollars from donors and special interests. People are waking up, and the one thing that the left and right agrees on is that the Washington establishment must end. They differ on how it should end, but they agree that it should end. And I'm done.